All right, hey friends, thanks for joining me. I'm really excited to show you a really awesome DIY recipe to take care of your stinky pits. And yes, we're gonna talk about armpit detox, but here's the thing. I've worked with so many clients in the past. I've even dealt with this myself personally. When you make the switch from normal deodorant, the stuff you're buying off the shelf, right? The Dove, the Secret, whatever it is, it's really hard to go to natural for a lot of people. And they feel like, gosh, these natural deodorants just don't work for me. I just can't make the switch because I can't walk around with stinky armpits. And that should tell you something, right? We always have to look at root cause, but body odor is really a sign of something going on underneath that's a little bit more imbalanced. And so we talk about the dermal microbiome and the skin having its own biome. And a lot of that gets disrupted when we start using products on our skin that alter that microbiome. So when we use things that have aluminum or they have fragrance and parabens, all of these different chemicals, it does alter the natural state of the flora, especially in your armpits. Now, here's the thing. A lot of us think that the sweat is the problem, but the sweat is actually just the perspiration. The odor is a bacteria problem. That's a skin problem. So it can be rooted more in the body, and we can actually see that we can have gut issues. A lot of times it's not just isolated just to the skin, it starts inward, but we always want to look at what are we putting on the body that is altering the expression of our microbiome on the skin. So this is a great tool that you can make from home, and it's using a lot of ingredients that you probably have in your own kitchen. So I want to show you how to do this, and it's very effective. I've actually seen this work for a number of women. So give this one a try. I'm going to walk you through it. Now, the one thing that you may not be familiar with or have used or have in your home is bentonite clay. It's kind of the superstar hero of this recipe because it's really what's gonna draw out a lot of toxins. And that's really what we're looking to do. We're looking to balance the pH. We're looking to balance the bacteria that are on your skin. You have a lot of good bacteria, but a lot of times they get crowded out because of all these chemicals that end up altering. They end up burning them out and really crowding out and allowing for things like yeast and other things to really proliferate. So we're gonna start with a little bit of bentonite clay. Now, this stuff is really, a little bit goes a long way. So I'm gonna put a little bit in here, and I honestly suggest making this every time. You can make it and save it if you'd like, but I actually find that it's really effective if you can just make it. And you don't need to do it every day, but give this a try once or twice a week when you're trying to make that transition, and that'll really reset your skin and your microbiome in the armpit area. So about a tablespoon of the bentonite clay. Then we're gonna use a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Okay, so this, we're gonna just do 1 part of this to the same ratio as the bentonite clay. That's gonna balance the pH on the skin. And we're gonna do about a little bit of coconut oil. So we're gonna mix that in. And then the last little piece we're gonna use is tea tree oil. You can use other oils. I like this one because it's very antimicrobial. It also smells really good for a lot of women that are looking to have something to put on their armpits that's really gonna help make you smell a little bit better. So 1 to 2 drops goes a really long way. So once you mix this up, and if it's not thick, I would add more bentonite clay. If it seems to be overly thick, you can add a little bit of water. So again, once you start to mix this, it'll really thicken up and turn into a paste. That's what you're looking for. When you get that thick consistency, you wanna be able to slather it on kind of like a paste. And after you put it on, and I actually suggest doing this after you take a shower. So, you know, make sure that your body is clean and then work with this. This is a great, you know, nighttime ritual when you've got time. If you're trying to run around and do all of your morning chores, this is probably not the, the most ideal time to do it. So take a shower, get yourself clean, take a minute to do some of these self-care practices. But once you've got this thick paste, you can actually apply it to the armpits. So you're gonna wanna probably have like a sleeveless shirt on or something so it's not getting everywhere, but it shouldn't be dripping down your armpits and down your sides. You wanna put it on and ideally leave it there for 10 to 15 minutes. Once you're done, avoid using soaps, avoid using other things that are gonna strip your body. We actually want your body to be able to find its own balance. So using just a washcloth with some water, wipe it off as much as possible, allow your body to kind of air dry, and then don't put anything on it until the next day. And again, don't go back to using the same products that created that dysbiosis in the first place. Try something natural. Make sure that there's not added fragrances, chemicals, parabens, all of these things are going to be really detrimental for your health. What happens are that they actually they're antiperspirants, and so they actually start to clog those pores up. And so it makes you not sweat, but it also keeps that bacteria clogged. And so what we're trying to do is draw out some of the toxins. You also have a lot of lymph nodes in this area too. So what can be helpful is, even before you do this, really massaging, getting in and adding some pressure and rubbing all around the armpit area. So when the bentonite clay gets there, you've actually started to release and bring some lymphatic movement to that area, which will help release some of the toxins that could be contributing to that odor that you're experiencing. So I hope that this little concoction helps you. Make sure you save it, write it down. Again, it's a couple of very simple ingredients. It smells great if you can add the essential oils in. You can even add citrus in. So things like lemon can be really helpful. And if you don't have all of this, this is a very simple hack. You can just do lemon juice. I've actually squeezed lemons myself, put them in a little dropper or a little glass spray bottle, and just sprayed lemon juice on. And that alone can go a really long way. So that's a even more simplified version of this recipe, but hopefully this gives you something to work with if you're in between that stage of trying to make the jump from something that's more generic to a natural option of deodorant. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Drop any comments, questions in the notes below. Love to hear from you.